What does it feel like to see your homeland portrayed by a different, new, external perspective? Hello YouTube, what's up? It's Frank Shouter here, and today I want to present you this Hallucination by Tim Davis. This is a book I worked on as a fixer, bringing the author around my island, Sardinia, back in June 2021. After the photo solstice number 4, I was asked to bring the American photographer Tim Davis around Sardinia. We drove around 2,700 kilometers, thinking an island that is like 400 by 100 kilometers. So it's like 2 weeks of exploration in search of a new, contemporary, and seemingly hallucinated vision of the Sardinia of today. It was the search of a vision free of any iconic or folkloric perception. And this journey resulted in Hallucination, published in December 2022 by Punctum Press, under a commission of Fondazione di Sardegna. The book is like 20.5 cm by 30 cm with a soft cover. It contains 152 pages and 132 color images in mainly Garda glass paper, and the last part is in uncoated Siro Paglierino paper with some more images and all the text. The project was curated by Marco De Logu and Flavio Scollo, and also featured the text of Elisa Medde and Tim Davis himself. So after a week of photo solstice, we were in Gavoi, in the really center of Sardinia, where I worked both as a photographer and as a production assistant. We immediately, Tim Davis and I, set off in our journey. The mission was not simple. Explore the island in search of hallucination. Mine to be a fixer and have an assignment like this at the very beginning wasn't so easy. We took my old Fiat Punto and we started wandering around the Sardinia, first from the narrow road of Barbagia in the center, then to the south, the Campidano, straight to Cagliari, and after we went up north to Sassari, and the end in my hometown, Olbia. It was the end of June 2021 and we saw all sorts of things, trust me. We've seen whatever can cross your imagination and even more. Crazy people, weird situation, strange landscape, out of reality. We were looking for the unreal, for something unconventional, for something that at the beginning doesn't make any sense. For those views that almost doesn't make any sense, only at the beginning. So, let's have a close look to the book. Let's start from the cover. The very first picture is straight here from the cover. We were in Canemalu. You can understand already from here that this book is not a common monography. This man swimming, looking without a head, is already an hallucination. I have a fun story about this picture. We were taking some shot there in Canemalu, was in Bosa. It's a huge cliff in the west coast of Sardinia, where the rocks are full of copper, I guess, so they are kind of green-blue. It was June, of course, so it was hot, and we decided to stop there, take some picture and have a swim. So we took a couple of shots to these people, and at a certain point this man started to fix his mask while he was snorkeling. So we had in front of us this view of this man without head. It was kind of weird. Tim took a picture, and after that his lens got broken. The camera stuck, so we had to stop working, and then we started swimming with these people, having a huge jump in the water, sinking down, having snorkeling too. An amazing day, even if the camera was broken. Let's jump inside. The first image continue with its texture in the cover. In this book, the author doesn't offer us a geographical or temporal reconstruction of our journey, but instead opens the door to a collective hallucination with an honest, critical gaze on today's Sardinia, without preconception or unnecessary folklore. Throughout the book, we encounter both images that stand alone and micro-narratives, two or more photos interacting with each other, like the verses of a poem. An excellent reading insight comes from the text included in the book, such as the one by Marco De Logo and Flavio Scollo, for example. They say, Tim is never banal. His approach to photography is a visual discourse in constant evolution, always questioning and exploiting the limits of the medium. His work are often infused with subtle irony that actively stimulate the viewer in a playful narrative. In this spot, this is my darkroom, and before Photo Solstice I was into testing some new paper, I guess was for FOMA. Tim Davis himself provided the motivation behind his approach. It's part of the nature of the camera to believe completely in whatever is placed before it. Everything it sees is an hallucination, which overrides and surpasses everything that comes before it. With this word, Tim Davis sums up the entire philosophy behind his photography research, both in terms of language and technical approach. Last but not least, Elisa Medde, former editorial director of FOAM magazine, shared her thoughts in this book. Tim Davis' gaze is genuinely curious, bittersweet and amused, hallucinatory in the best sense of the word. The gaze of someone who didn't quite know what to expect, but had faith and joined the dance, and ended up being confronted by a land who wear a sardonic mask. Its street inebriated yet perpetually thirsty, and its landscape infused with suffused, timeless pain, the piece held together with a nylon twine, a vague whiff of Jimson weed. And here we continue on the views. As you can see, the place is not important. We can be wherever. But I can tell you, as a Sardinian, seeing my homeland told in this way, it makes me happy. It makes me to understand that it's possible to see your own boring place with different eyes, to tell different story. This is not important about the general narrative, but even in the text of Tim at the end of the book, he says something about this image. He was just arrived in an old hotel out of the Gusana Lake in Gavoy. At that moment there was a wildfire, so he saw that this airplane that he didn't know what is that, it actually is a Canadair, taking the water from the lake. So he already started before the photo solstice to see hallucination in this island. It wasn't the first time he came here. The place again is not important. I can tell you mostly where are those places, but it's not a thing. It's important to understand that this is a place with a strong culture, but still influenced by the general European and international Western culture. So we found this kind of weird mix of views. Fun fact, not that fun. We found several funerals in our way, but you still micro-narratives of funerals, and then something stopped with a young boy playing on the square during the funeral, and again a church, people playing strumpa. Again, in front of the church, a choir of Philippines maybe? And this place could be wherever, Muslim people praying. This is the historical center of Cagliari. Then here at the end start text. Even the self-portrait of Tim Davis are shot during our journey. As you saw, this is not a typical monograph. This is a journey in the complexity of today, of a place that could be everywhere, but is not everywhere. He's here in Sardinia, it's an island in the middle of Mediterranean Sea. But the view of Tim Davis has been such a deep, out of judging and immersive, that brings us a modern view and a precise view that is not hallucinated at all. It looks like hallucinated, but for me it's not. This is real. This is the best book about the today Sardinia for me, the best photographic book, because it tells the reality. Several times we see books about rural places that emphasize the folklore or the iconic idea of the place, but in this case there is no history, there is no past, it's only the today way of living, globalized, of a place that has been closed for a lot of time. So here the tale of the today living will become history for the future generation. That's all for today. This has been Hallucination by Tim Davis, published by Punctum Press. Mind to set a follow, it's for free for you. Even if you want comment, share your thoughts, say hi down below or leave a like, will be super helpful for my work here on YouTube. You will find also the link to Punctum Press where you can buy this book. This video is not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by anyone, not even Punctum Press or whatever. And also you'll find the link down in the description to my blog where you can find the article about this book. See you in the next video with another book. I'm not sure yet what to bring to you. If you have any suggestion or curiosity about books or some title that you want me to explore, let me know down in the comment. See you in the next video. Hope next week.